So welcome to the channel again, folks. We are here in Hayle. Now we're just opposite Penpole Terrace because we've had reports of part of the seawall on this side of the quay has fallen in. And if we proceed down this way, we can see that the car park area has been sealed off. No access, no pedestrian access. So access rights very clearly marked. So we won't proceed any further. I was hoping to be able to see something from here. The only thing we can see if we zoom in from this side is the sea wall does look like it's bowing out a little bit just about there. And I think that is roughly where the wall has given away. So we won't proceed any further on this side. We'll head back around. We'll have a little talk about the area and make our way down to the other side and film it from over there. Right, okay guys, so we're back over the other side now. Viaduct there in the background. Gone a little bit distracted because lots of flower beds and so on around here. Hayle does enter the Britain in Bloom competition and usually does pretty well in it as well. So that's always worth coming down to have a look at. So we're heading down that direction where the wall has fallen in. Now we have started a little way down, a little way along, just so we can talk about what's going on here. So this entire wall, apart from a small section, is actually Grade 2 listed. And where the fall has happened, further along, so we'll just zoom in. There we go, further along. Yeah, so at the end there, that section of wall is Grade 2 listed. Now, Grade 2 listing, if you watch my videos going forward, you'll see that I do have a bit of an issue with Grade 2 listing, because what tends to happen is it puts so much red tape in the way of general maintenance. Quite often things just don't get maintained the way they would otherwise done if you could just get on with it and do it. So you can see this section of wall here further down next to the Asda. It's got loads of pointing missing. Water's going to get in, you know, particularly lower down, soak into the substrate in behind, and lo and behold, it just ends up falling apart. So we're going to have a little walk down through. Now this little spit of land here goes all the way along there. Now on top of that is the Asda car park. Now it's worth pointing out it's only the wall that is actually Grade 2 listed. It's literally to a few feet thick. Sorry, the ground's uneven here, so we're kind of a bit jittery. Yeah, so only the wall itself is actually Grade 2 listed. But nevertheless, these repairs are now going to have to be monitored by English Heritage. It's not just a case of sending the boys out to fix it. It's going to take a little bit more admin to get that done, and English Heritage are going to want to monitor the works. So there is a section about halfway along here which is not Grade 2 listed, probably from a previous repair maybe that wasn't done to the required standard. There is a section there that's braced, so it could well be that section there that's not Grade 2 listed, but the rest of it, let's just zoom out, the rest of it all the way along is. The other considerations when they do a repair on this wall is that beyond this pier, this is a pier jutting out, a little bit further beyond. I was hoping we'd be able to see it from here, but we can't. There is actually an RSPB nature reserve, and then when you come up to the end there and go off to the right, that is another part of Copperhouse Pool. This is also called Copperhouse Pool. That section is also a nature reserve. This section, however, isn't. Those nature reserves are also classified as SSSI, so sites of special scientific interest. So you're probably wondering, why is he rabbiting on about all that? Well, it's quite simple. All of this harbour was originally built for the copper industry. So in my mind, I'm thinking when all these harbour walls were built and it was all backfilled, my question is, what was it backfilled with? If it's mining waste, it could be contaminated, and this area, it was all to do with the copper industry. And anyone who knows a little bit about mining, I have to confess I'm not an expert, anyone who does know a little bit about it will know that mining waste tends to have a lot of things like arsenic, and the copper itself, if there's any copper ore, copper sulfates within that waste, if that gets into the marine environment, that spells trouble for the aquatic life, and the birds that are prevalent around this area are going to eat those fish, and it's not going to be good for them. So it's quite important, that this repair is done, in a responsible manner. So we'll move on, we'll keep going. So again, I do have a tendency to get distracted. So this little garden bed, lots of little shrubs and various other things, tended by Hayle runners, walk run to county level. There's a website there, haylerunners.com. So well done, guys. And a nice little piece of decoration there. So this is all part of the Hayle in Bloom entry. So a few tulips. Okay, so we're now getting a little bit closer to where this wall was actually failed. So interestingly, on Facebook, somebody did actually indicate that an area of the wall had fallen before, and could well even be the same section. So again, just another quick look at that section. I'm fairly sure that is the section there that's not Grade 2 listed. It just seems a little bit odd that, while you have the entire area Grade 2 listed, and then you have a little section that's not. So moving on. So getting close. So there is a website, or a section of the Cornwall Council website, which shows Grade 2 listed structures. You tend to think Grade 2 listing only applies to buildings, but it doesn't. It's actually surprising how many harbour walls are actually covered by Grade 2 listing. So I did hear a story, or read a story online. Some lady did actually walk her dog over that section without realising there's nothing underneath. It's literally all falling away. So you can see there now that we're a bit closer, it's actually the upper section of wall which has failed. So as we saw And as I showed you just now, it was the upper section of the wall where the pointing all seems to be falling away. The area below the waterline seems to be all sort of reinforced with the seaweed. So as we can see, it looks like there's been some other repairs there recently. And you can see it is actually bowing out as well either side. So more of that wall is likely to go. In fact, the repair is going to be much bigger than what you can actually see there. When you go further down, you can see that this area has had issues in the past because it's all been replaced with steel. So difficult to tell what that waste is. I'm trying to steady the camera as best I can. It literally does just look like stone and rubble. There's nothing there that looks like mining waste really. It's difficult to tell really. It's unlikely it would have been backfilled with soil. It will be rubble from the mining industry. Whether it's contaminated or not is another thing altogether. So probably what we'll do, we'll get the drone out, take it across, and we'll have a closer look. We'll have a look at the surface of the road above, see if there's any other signs of cracking. It's probably the safest way of getting close to that really. So if you do come down here, don't venture too close to that. Stay back. The council has advised people to stay away. So I'd reiterate that. You can see that it's unstable. More is likely to fall. You can see both sides of that wall is bowing. So yeah, stay away. We're on the other side now on Penpole Terrace, so we're a good distance away. So with that note, we will get the drone up, take it across, and we'll have a closer look. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell all your friends about the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Over and out.